Big question is, where to go first? Just go to do quest for the Eldari in the Nameless Star region. It's looking so red. We could also go for Footfall. I am kind of curious about Footfall. Isn't that connected to... it's connected to Mundus Valencius? Kind of hard to see the connections. Yeah. It's been ages since we traveled the warp. Back at it again. And nothing occurred. Interesting. Had quite some luck, I'd say. Let's see what's happening on Footfall. Lord Captain, we have received a vox message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of Melios extremis. Docking will require special permission, and even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station's custodian, Her Ladyship Incendia Chorda, sends her greetings and invites your lordship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort to another chamber for a private audience. Last time, we didn't really hit it off with Incendia, so... And I mean, she just declared war on another rogue trader, so... But I mean, then again... I guess we have to do it. Very well, let us take a look at Footfall's new hospitality. As you wish, Lord Captain. What I think would be smart to do before that is just to take a very quick look at all the vendors and see if there's some new items. Just to get really like the latest stuff to go into battle. Because I think we are going to fight on Footfall, especially if we're still adhering to our iconoclast beliefs. We will clash with Incendia a lot. Our dogmatic friend. Alright, I think we also got like a weapon. Oh no. Oh well. Hi Factotum, where are you? There you are. Some goods. See if the explorators have something. We're just gonna take... Oh, it will take some time to filter through everything. Oh well. Interesting, we're also enough for a Caspalica mission. Give me everything. I wonder why our profit factor is high enough for that. Take some ship parts. Here. Who do we want to cooperate with? Not the Drusians, I don't like them. Let's go for the Fellowship of the Void. Here we go. I mean, just all the things we just found will be enough to catapult them quite high. At least level 11. And we still do get the discount. Imperial Navy, do we have something for you? A little bit. And now let's see if we can give something to the Drusians. At least the holy gifts. And everything we couldn't give anyone else. Alright. Let's see. The very few things we just got. Maybe we just start with the void ship. But that's easier. I prefer the 90% hit chance or the higher critical hit chance. That's a cargo. That's a very nice lance weapon. So here we go. Just start this one here. Go. I think that's nicer. And I mean it's yellow, so it's definitely cooler or more rare. That's also better plating. Sacrament of Light. That's an even nicer engine. And a better shield system. Cargo. Ooh, we can also, I think, upgrade our hull. Everything falls apart. Oh gosh, there's so much inventory to look through. I mean, it's nice that we got all the things, but then again, it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. Chip. Special projectile, but it's not nice. Let's see if you can use something. Oh yeah, that's much nicer sword. Also, no, that's worse. Not gonna take that one. That looks nicer. And I mean, it's a flamer. We need to be closer. But then again, we are also we are always close because we are working with the versatility. So I would just say, let's see our enemies burn. Right? Yeah, I think so. We did get another level up. Oh no. We did not. Which you can see that our usual characters do not have that level up symbol. But we are not using Argenta, so we could level her up. I mean, do you want to see something truly frightening? Look at that. 18 ranks available. That would take hours. Anyway. Any armor for you? Holy power armor. Holy moly, that's really much nicer. Go. Nightmare fuel. 14 level ups in a row. Parachainmail. I think no one of us is. More agility. Let's see if we can give that one to Yrliet. No, we can't. Anyone else using agility of our characters? I don't think so. Oh, I guess we're not using Idira until her mission then. No. Wasn't planning on doing that. Here we go. Yeah, the rest of the armor we can also add to cargo. Always the shopping trip. Go. And now we have to look at the weapons. Pyromancy. We do not have a pyromancer. Idira is a pyromancer? Well, here you go. Needle pistol. Exotic. Don't think anyone uses that. Solid projectile. Bolter. I think Argenta also already has a pretty neat bolter, right? Yeah, it's nicer than that. Another Psyker staff. Heinrix. That's actually quite nice. Not that. I mean, it's actually better in dealing damage, but you don't get the armor penetration. And also not cleave and stuff. Let's go for that. Navigator staff. Let's see if we want that. Fusing. Plus 15 willpower, 10 perception. And this one here. I think this is better. Devastating. The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not count toward the attack limit per turn. Oh, hell yeah. Power weapon might be nice for a pass. Oh yeah, definitely. No. No. Okay, soon we're done. But that's... Surrendering the exposed weakness or energy damage dealt to this target is improved. I think that weapon might be nicer. Yeah, let's go with that. Melter weapon. Or also just a plasma rifle. I want to use the plasma rifle if it's nice, at least on my character. That's nicer. Here we go. And you get the melter weapon. Here we are. Cargo. Cargo. That's bad stuff. Permanency. Okay, for those two we can look at Yrliet and see if they are nicer. Exotic, less. But you're using that one anyway. Okay. Alright, we are equipped. Now we can say hello to Incendia with all our new weapons. And we can just go to the Atrium, the Lord Inquisitor and the Lord Captain. Let's see how she changed Footfall, and if she made it a better place in the eyes of the Emperor. I am kinda doubtful. But I mean, if this game trains something, it's you being pessimistic. Or, I guess, in 40k, it's realistic. And also, let's see what happened to the people in those, well, weirdly barred areas. The Shadow Quarters, that was the name. The eminent Lord Captain awaits you in the square, your lordship. Yeah, let's meet the eminent Lord Captain.
Magos, are you certain that this Nomos is not an abomination that requires immediate destruction? A creature from a cogitator that has taken over a mobile machine. It is only the absence of your approval that is stopping me from taking immediate action.
Nomos should be studied. If it makes the Union Band catalogs feel any better, I can broaden the study scope to include research into methods for killing the unit Nomos.
I'm kinda surprised Pasqal didn't already do that. Oh. Home sweet home. Footfall again. Holy fire. Yeah, Footfall now with 300% more
Rise
death
to the top
and
or
fire.
get left in the dust.
And we try to do some good here. You remember us not giving Footfall to the Chorda dynasty? It was a good decision. It didn't work out, but it was a good decision.
I always have a backup plan.
So many killed people, yikes. And I kinda doubt how many are rightfully killed. And there we have, sitting like a villain, Incendia Chorda. Have mercy, our families are starving. We only have taken a couple of Nutribars. Lies. I see clearly with my naked eye the corruption that has engulfed your nature. Only the cleansing fire can absolve you now. Guilty. What a nice trial. Okay. Is this cleansing enough for you, you crazy hack? The Emperor protects me. Guilty. Burn him. Yeah, I guess she just scorches the whole population. Cassia casually standing halfway in Ulfar. Incendia Chorda is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon, with which she is carefully scooping out brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. What the actual fuck? She's just casually eating the brain of this guy here? That's a new level of messed up. You surprise me, Incendia. Not in a good way, but you do surprise me. I thought I've seen everything in this game and read everything in this game, but no, there's more. I'm at a loss for words. Good thing I can just read some. Edward von Valencius, I've been informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has crisscrossed Incendia's features with lines. Her cheek is twisted in a continuous nervous tick, yet your eyes are ablaze with indomitable resolve. A brilliant aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath, and the fire in her gaze flares like plasma frost. So she's just sleep-deprived AF, and I wonder if there are also chaos forces at work. And Edward examines Incendia. One look at Incendia's full dress uniform shows that it has not been changed in many days. The collar is greasy, and the laces are stained with sweat. The air is tinged with the smell of inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. Which probably doesn't help your mental capabilities. And Edward points at the man with the open skull. What is this? Incendia sinks a silver spoon into the man's brain and slowly consumes this revolting morsel. Yeah. I must know the taste of a criminal thoughts. It is how I learn to recognize their patterns. Oh, the actual heck. Disgusting, unspeakably so. A pure soul cannot conceive of or fathom the workings of a criminal mind. The weak embrace their ignorance, while the strong banish it. If only you knew what it's like to be familiar with every shade of corruption that lurks in depraved souls. Yeah, I guess that corrupts you as well, Incendia. Oh yeah, Mara-chan. Something wild sparks in her pale eyes. You know not the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into the people's souls and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds. But I know it all too well, and none will escape my wrath. Oh, I love to voice crazy characters. I've encountered sanctioned death cults that practice cannibalism as part of their way of praising the Emperor. A surprisingly large number of them harbored heresy within. I don't know if that's surprising, Heinrix. You have suspicions about me. Well, it is your duty to suspect. But do your eyes see a trespass here? No, I have not committed no malfaction against them. Yeah, maybe that's the issue, my dear lady, that eating someone's brain while they're still alive doesn't seem to be a breach of code. Maybe that's one of the things you shouldn't need a law against. What manner of slaughterhouse is this? Some atrocious travesty of justice? Incendia jerks her chin up and responds haughtily. This is true justice. Untrue justice inescapable and equally merciless to all. I don't know if good justice is always merciless. And I don't know if you're untrue justices. You just kill the people. Everyone dies. That's justice. The Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to this crestful of pirates and heretics, to rid Footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limb and turned this imperial station into a hotbed of free-thinking and inefficiency. And I will not rest until all have been judged. Yeah, all have been killed. She has become a duspo. She just seems to be like really deluded and lost in her faith. And yeah, Alistair, Kuru is not a fun disease. This is no tribunal. This is slaughter. Incendia studies you with a predatory smile. It must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here to my court. It would be my pleasure to indict you for the crimes you have committed. Yeah, sure. What did I do? Not kill everyone I met? I'm sorry. Oh, there's a heretical votary option. I wonder what it is. Can you corrupt Incendia? I've just broken out after being held by the captive by the Xenos and Gomorrah, and buttering my way through the scores of enemies of humanity. Tell me, am I surely the greatest enemy of the Imperium you have been able to find? That you're loathed and feared by the enemies of humanity does not make you pure in the eyes of the Emperor. But perhaps he saw fit to send you on a different path, one of righteous genocide and blood-soaked redemption for your faults. I would never dare to go against his will. I don't know, Incendia, if you truly know what his will is. Ah, you do get an iconoclast option. And Edward addresses the crowd. Those of you who acknowledge me as your sovereign are viewed by the law as subjects of House von Valencius, and therefore are exempt from Cordia's judgment. I will take you aboard my ship. Let's save as many people as we can from her slaughtering. The hopeful crowd in the atrium starts hysterically clamoring their oaths of fealty to the House von Valencius. This also will probably backfire, but hey. Not one of them thinks twice about clutching at the life-saving straw you have offered them. We do get more people, right? Doesn't really look that much more empty, but a little. Incendia warily leans on an armrest and looks at you with contempt. Take this pitiful gaggle of miscreants, Edward, if you so desire. My trial will not end here. I have the whole of Footfall to judge. What is wrong with you? So you are in charge of Footfall now? Yeah. Okay, we got a cargo of people. Indeed I am. When the Lord Inquisitor enacted martial law in the Expanse, I offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen as the Lord Inquisitor's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished while this war lasts. Or perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station's warden, to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I'm tasked with security and order. And there's so much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and cult traders, deserters and outlaws, every one of them warrants attention. Incendia cracks her neck that must have grown stiff after so many hours of reading. Then she picks up another sheet. Everywhere you look, servants are buckling under heavy stacks of new denunciations, warrants, and other documents. So, what makes you think you're entitled to govern this place as you see fit? Such is the law of Footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it is not that cutthroat Tokoro deserves to rule this station. He will soon be hanging from a noose, and so will his Caspalican henchmen. And so will those Anver firebands whose outrageous activities brought Footfall so much grief. Yeah, you, who are not spraying grief. She looks at you with a gloating smirk. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue the stations, and yet here I am now, dispensing justice to the wicked. I only regret that I was unable to get started sooner. Then Tokoro's troublemakers would have already been crushed instead of lurking cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. Regardless, I will deal with them soon enough. Damn it, we can't draw our weapon anymore. Where's the Lord Inquisitor? In the lead chambers, coordinating the Expanse defense. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance, and he's not seeing any supplicants. Acolyte of the Inquisition. Soldier wearing Inquisitor armor echoes Incendia's words. Your Lordship cannot see the Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade to inform your Lordship that he will summon you later, would the circumstances permit him to do so. I think also the Lord Inquisitor is quite sus. I mean, we already had that feeling with the first dialogue, right? I can't attack her, unfortunately. I think I wasn't allowed to ask questions. We shall see whether Footfall will thank the Emperor for your reign. In due time, I will weed out all the taint that has been bred here on Footfall for so long. And then pious fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become the pillars of the station under his watchful eyes. Yay, pious fear. Ah. And Edward draws his weapon. No more judgments. Cease this disgrace and get off Footfall. Incendia touches a panel on the throne armrest and is immediately shielded by a refractor shield. You hear the sounds of alarms going off in the distance. A mocking smile cuts across her face. Go ahead, Edward. Give me a reason. Damn it. The warrior clad in inquisitorial armor announces the Lord Inquisitor's instructions were to maintain order and ensure his allies' safety, using any methods, however extreme, they may have to be. If her ladyship is gravely threatened, we are authorized to detonate the dome over the sector. Doing so will trigger an explosive decompression. The attackers will be destroyed during the depressurization, while her ladyship will be protected by the field protected by her throne. I urge you not to take the step that might be interpreted as an act of aggression. Enough words. You're accused. Wait. And so do my duties. Wait. You have a duty to the Emperor that you must see. Ladain Takara, the deplorable rebel who once ruled the station, has slipped away from me. He's instigating the people to revolt, killing my servants and hiding from my wrath with the dexterity of a void rat. My informers claim he often appears in the den of unrest that bears the irrelevant name of Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh nice, the local tavern. We have made several attempts to arrest him, yet he evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likewise been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Takara must be apprehended. As the Rogue Trader Authority, I order you to aid me in bringing him to justice. You can just order another Rogue Trader? The asteroid where the Adeptus Mechanicus is located has been cordoned off, but my enforcer will take you there. I want you to lure out Takara of this hole and seize him so that he may stand trial. Do this for the sake of Footfall's liberation and pave the road that my justice will treat. I don't see any justice you do. I think all the questions are quite obsolete. Like, of course Ladain's a criminal. I guess Hieronymus wants to do the thing without violence. I don't think she cares that we buy equipment from the Gas Bellica. And yeah. And I mean, Ladain isn't the greatest guy, but we could work with him. So, Edward lies. I will drag Ladain before this court. Your cooperation will be taken into account, Edward. But remember, Incendia's eyes flash maniacally. None of these rebel leaders are allowed to die before their trial. I forbid you to execute them without my leave. You really think this is a trial? Sure.
Is there money to be made?
Gosh. Complete madness.
Aye.
Oh well. Aye. Heinrix turns to you. Edward, I must leave you for a few hours. I need to speak to the Lord Inquisitor. I have some questions for Xavier. I want to go with you. No, Edward. This conversation needs to be between me and Xavier. Heinrix gives your hand the brief squeeze, turns to the guard, and displays his rosette. Heinrix van Kalox, interrogator from the Lord Inquisitor's retinue. I require an audience with Kalkazar. Yeah. I guess if anyone can go in, it is Heinrix. The man looks blankly at Heinrix. The Lord Inquisitor's not receiving visitors. Heinrix cocks his head slightly. You feel the air around him start to turn cold. I am Kalkazar's interrogator. Let me in. Now. Stay calm, Heinrix. Control yourself. He does not seem to hear you. His eyes are boring to the sentinel like red-hot needles. A moment later, the sentinel lets out a gurgling noise and begins convulsing. His knees buckle. Oh, Heinrix. His face starts turning red and his eyes bulge out of their sockets. Enough, Heinrix! Heinrix gasps out of breath, the air around him loses its chill, and the guard crashes to the floor, violently coughing and spitting blood. Interesting, so we got the merciful Heinrix. I'm really glad about that. Wait here for me. Without a glance at the guard, Heinrix heads for the door. No one else tries to stop him. Oh, just an hour. An hour later, the interrogator exits the palace and walks toward you. His eyes are grim, his jaw tense. Thank you. I'm ready to go. Are you pleased with yourself? What you did to that guard? Heinrix stiffens. No. No. I took no pleasure or joy in it. I acted as any agent of the Golden Throne should when faced with an obstacle in his path. I acted like Kalkazar. I'm not proud of it. Oh. You were so quick to use your Psyker abilities. Wondering if I was in control of myself. Heinrix pauses. We should go. I've taken up enough of your time. Oh, Heinrix.
I always keep my options open.
Always those Psykers. Not really in control of themselves.
The machine god grants the insight.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, how do we get to the Amasakis? Wait, Hieronymus is still here? He is. Didn't Incendia just say he's at the Amasakis? Nothing new, by the way. You can just tell him that we killed the cultist then. Great. Seems kind of like a mistake that he's here,
Keep your eye on the prize.
especially with no new dialogue. Okay, maybe we can just go out of here and then jump to the other part? Yeah, Maturous Endurance.